There. And we're running again. It does like 11-minute chunks.
Oh.
So there should be 2 chunks, I think, from the first part, and then you know, however many more we have. It takes me a couple hours to upload them when I get home.
Yeah.
But I'll put them on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Right. We can go first. Let Dan observe strategy against us.
Did it hit the chest right here?
Yeah, I thought it hit the inside of your wing.
What's that?
Like, from my perspective, it looked like it might have hit this.
Oh, okay. But because I felt it in shoulder and chest.
It probably caught that wing bit.
Okay.
You can take whatever how you want.
No, that's good.
It's all good.
I think it was here.
Okay. You say so. Yeah, it was hard to tell from the angle. I knew it caught something there, but whether it was your chest or shoulder.
Yeah, it just felt different. I haven't had one hit like that before. That's why I was asking. Because I was like, well, that was different.
No, I'll keep an eye on it in the future, maybe. It's hard to tell when they have with overlapped armor like that. It's tricky, right?
Yeah.
Because where it feels versus what it is might not always be the same thing.
I mean, I heard it more than I felt it.
Yeah, that's the trick of it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I had that same problem with this.
Sure.
You know, it's almost entirely, yep, I saw something hit me and I heard it.
Yeah.
The rest of it's guesswork. Kind of rolled up, but yeah.
Yeah, it stuck solid though on the fleshy bit.
Okay. So while you're thinking of that, what are your disadvantages? What can't you do right now?
Walk up and down.
Not easily anyway, that's
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
What advantage do I have? Besides 2 hands.
Being able to strike up and down.
There's that.
Probably
but
coming around this side.
what's the most obvious?
Hitting me this way?
No. Thrust. Right?
Oh.
Reach out as far as you can.
Right. Yeah.
Right? That's the main thing you should be looking for. Most people are going to realize right away that they've got a range advantage on you, right?
Yep, yep.
So they're going to want to stay further away. Your trick, more or less, is you have to kind of fool them into stepping in too far, so you get to have a threat there too.
Sure.
So if you do something that pulls them closer, whether it be defensive or if you're misdirecting footsteps, or you back up a bit till they step forward, then you step in real quick, something like that, all that can close range quickly. But that's what you're kind of looking for on that. Also, I can see the back end of your weapon past your shoulder.
Yeah.
So you're choked up even more than you need to be a little bit.
Okay.
So that lets me know that you're losing a couple inches there too.
So more in the armpit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to keep all the range you can, but you want to have that stability, right?
Right.
If you're going to fight this way. And that's, you know, like I said, there's a bunch of ways to do it. This is just one of them. I wouldn't probably even suggest this one. But it does work. I've done it too. It's just a matter, like if you're fighting a sword and shield, this is not all bad, right? Because you can fake up here and come right back to their leg. You can leg them, then you can either in melee, you can just leave them, run away.
Yeah.
Or if you're fighting singles from out here, you know, you've got range on a sword and shield if you can't move hardly, right? So if he's
Yeah.
on the ground, great. But, you know, a lot of other things, not as good. If they get close to you, that's going to be hard.
Yep.
So once someone gets past your point, you want to drop it into like this, basically. So it's just a matter of bending your wrist and picking that out and just kind of going.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
And then, you know, if you have to do a panic block on the first one, because if you're way out here, right, get in the right spot there. So if you're right here,
Yeah.
and they step in, and your first move's going to be this. This is not the best grip, right? One-handed. But
Yeah.
if they're still right on top of you, just drop it down, catch it, and be choked up a bit, and you're better off.
Okay.
Okay? Make sense?
Yes. It makes sense. Now I just have to.
Yep, I get it. Implementation's always harder than talking, but I wanted to try to give you a little bit so you're not just flailing in the wind.
Yeah.
All right. Now the tricky part is getting me to walk in on you mistakenly is going to be a little tricky, especially that I just pointed that out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. This is as far as I got in my plan.
Okay, that's fine. I'm giving you a chance to work it.
Yeah.
So what would you try to do from here? What can you do?
We roll.
You could try that. That's
Try
definitely
that.
an option. I wouldn't roll that far up though. I'd step forward with your right foot and roll at the same time. Yeah. Like
Okay. Okay.
that's a little bit better because you're not pulling back away. Your weight's coming forward. So whatever power you get is going to be coming towards me.
Sure.
Instead of drifting off that way.
Yeah.
Because if you're leaning out in a way, your weight's going that way.
Yep.
You want it to come towards you so it hits you.
Sure.
Right? So you can do that. That's one option. What's another thing you can do? Let's say this is not going to work. Like I have this last, right?
Yep.
So that's not going to work. What could you do elsewise?
No, I'm not sure.
Here, go to two hands for a second.
Okay.
Do what I'm doing. Okay, right here.
Yep. That's fancy.
That's one option.
Okay.
Go to two hands again. So we're here like this, right?
Yep.
Go ahead and do something.
Okay.
Really try. Right? I'll let you want to hit you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
No, I get it. I get it.
Those are some options.
Okay.
Not all of them are super easy to do when you're in the middle of a fight. When
Right.
you're one-handed, which is already kind of screwed. So it's really more of a what could you do and what might work.
Mhm.
If you're not right on top of me, go up in the two-handed grip. So if we're like this, right?
Yep.
I want to try to catch a block here, and then if you do, right? Boom. So go here. Throw a shot up.
Okay.
Except I don't want to punch you. But the something like that is an option.
Okay.
I can also try to go underneath your weapon and try to rack it up and in. It depends on where I think I've got your block and how likely another shot from you is going to be trying to kill you.
Right.
If I don't throw it fast enough, you're just going to kill me. But I'm already screwed, so it's a literal sellout for the kill.
Sure. Yeah. All in or nothing.
Yep. Yeah, there's no point in worrying because you're in a bad spot. So now it's get it or don't.
Sure.
If you get it, awesome. If you don't, then, well, you know, you're in a bad spot anyway.
Yep. Right. So, I'm coming in. Like you said, I got that.
Yep. Now what am I going to do?
Probably pull back.
Down and push.
Oh. Okay.
Because I can push it to here, you're just going to run it into a place, right?
Right.
Right. So let's say that doesn't work, right? So I go to here, you catch it, that doesn't work. And we'll stay up here.
Yep.
So you keep coming in. I'm going to come to here and try to catch it. Because now I've got control here.
Yep.
Whereas if you were here, now you have more.
Oh. Okay.
Because your hand's above mine.
Yep.
Right? So if your hand, and ideally, even better than that, would be this.
Okay.
This is the
Then
best you
I
can
can
get.
really.
Right. Because you're above both hands.
Right.
If we're at least here, we're even, right? I can throw this, you can do the same thing, just harder one hand.
Right.
But but if you're below, I've got everything. If you're all the way above, all I really can do there is defend. So I need to do something. I don't want to be there very long because you're gonna have an advantage.
Yep. Okay. All right.
And all that's difficult. I might win 10, 20% of these fights.
Sure.
So you're going to lose a lot more than you win. So don't be too discouraged if it doesn't work.
Trying to think of what it was you did.
Right. Look where the hands are.
Yep. Well, I'm already.
You're below with everything, right?
Yep.
So you don't have that pivot point, right?
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
All right. One more time. We'll do it for real, and then if you get it, you get it. You don't, then you're out. Or I'm out, actually, because you get to play him. Right?
Okay.
That's what normally happens. But yeah.
Do you want to do pole or basket serve? I brought mine. If you want to do something.
I can do basket.
Yeah, grab yours and I'll grab mine. We can switch in and out.
You were trying to pull that down here. Get up in here, so you got more of the blade. Sure. Got the leverage. You were trying to do the hole down here when you were trying to do that stuff. Get up in here.
Try not to back up too much more than that. It'll pull you out of the scene.
Oh.
You're at about the left edge, roughly.
Well, I was way over there, wasn't I?
Yeah.